Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is in house of a person in whose house Pundit Shashadhar is staying. Sri Ramakrishna is asking, can a preacher ever lack knowledge if but once he is favored with a benign glance of Divine Mother? Therefore I ask you whether you have received any commission from God. Hazra, oh yes, he must have it. To the Pandit, is not it true, sir? Pandit, commission? No, sir. I am afraid I have not received any such a thing. Commission means God directly appearing or intuitively from inside presenting himself and giving an understanding that he must go and preach. Like in case of Narendra, who was later on Vinayakanandaji, Sri Ramakrishna says to him, you will do the mother's work of preaching and teaching the people. So Pandit is telling, no sir, I am afraid I have not received any such thing. Host, in whose house Pundit Shashadhar is staying. Host, he may not have received the commission, but he preaches from a sense of duty. He is a Brahmo Samaj follower, was assisting Keshav Sen, and Keshav Sen was the leader of the Brahmo Samaj. Next to him was this person, and she is not the Pundit Shashadhar, but the other one. And now he is telling, no, this Pundit Shashadhar is telling, no, I don't have. Master, what will a man accomplish by mere lectures without the commission of God? If God has not asked you to do, what will you achieve? Once a Brahmo preacher said in the course of his sermon, friends, how much I used to drink, and so on. Hearing this, the people began to whisper among themselves, what is this fool saying? He used to drink. Now these words produced an unfavorable effect. This shows that preaching cannot bring a good result unless it comes from a good man. A high government official from Barisal once said to me, sir, if you begin the work of preaching, I too shall grit my loins. I told him the story of people's dirtying the bank of Haldarpukur and of its being stopped only when a constable armed with authority from government put up a notice prohibiting it. A person, here Sri Ramakrishna is bringing a good man, a man of nobility, acceptance by the society of his greatness or honesty or sincere heart telling something, people will listen. But to transform a person, it needs to awaken, like Buddha got awakening, Shankaracharya got awakening. All these awakening transformations will not happen in a person unless they are commissioned by God. When God commissions them, then the great transformation takes place in the hearers or these followers' heart. That is, transformation from the worldly life to the life spiritual. It's a serious turn, very difficult to understand. Almost all human beings on this earth are prone to move with the worldly background in the worldly atmosphere, seeking worldly enjoyments and possessions. Now, the grip of the nature as Maya is very powerful because it is Kali Yuga. Pure, highly materialistic waves are flowing in which any man of all intelligence easily flows off. It's like a flood carrying small things. So, how much of grace of divine or a huge power of his own past good karmas, meritorious acts must be there just to get some support somewhere, not to be blown away by the world current. So in that state, to transform a man from that worldly background to the spiritual background, from worldly seeking to spiritual seeking, how much of power must be there in a person to suddenly change a person. Vivekananda was going somewhere. Just a person will be there, a rush will be there, some this one procession or something is going up, some god or idol is going on, and then a sick person, sick means by community, he belonging to sick community, and he was standing there looking at the procession going, something like car festival or something. The deity is carried in a palanquin and something is happening and huge rush is around. Swamiji is passing there and he too stands. Swamiji also stands there. And then this person will be there in front of him. He belonged to a Sikh community. Vivekananda just tapped on his back and look there, your Ishtadevata, your chosen ideal. He turns back and looks at Swamiji's face, and where is his finger is pointing out. He got the vision of God. This is transformation of whole personality. He never would have imagined a transcendental reality is going to manifest in someone's life, where there is, means he might be internally seeking, but at just an instance to give. Similarly, when Swamiji Vivekananda was walking in the beach of Chennai, Madras in those days, a ghost, unembodied, it's coming and requesting Swami Vivekananda to release him from the ghostly bodily existence. And it goes on praying. Swamiji is empty-handed. He just picks up a handful of sand from the sea coast and just holds it and just offers, yes, you go. You are released. And that ghost is released from that ghost body and flies off to take a human body. And you can imagine these transformations from somewhere to somewhere, the dimensions, unimaginable dimension transfer, exactly like I am sleeping, from waking dimension suddenly disappears and dreamed world comes into picture. There is a transformation of dimension. Level of consciousness is suddenly changed. To dream, to deep sleep, we are passing through 3 states of existence: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. That's all. Whole lives of lives we are spending. We as human, whenever we got body, consciously we are sleeping and waking up. What happens? How does the world disappear? How my bodily existence with which I am identified and call myself it is disappears? We do not know. Nature takes us suddenly out of our body and a new dimension appears. From there also, another new dimension. I am passing through Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, waking, and there is another state of higher reality, Turiya. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya. To take to a person to Turiya or place him on the track which smoothly goes and reaches that goal is very difficult. It is for lives of lives, a jiva is driven by its own past tendencies and has taken this body, and somebody just takes and keeps on the track which is going to the eternal existence. So this transformation happens when a person is commissioned by God to teach. That's Ramakrishna is telling, have you got any commission? Are you commissioned? Have you received the commission? The host says he is doing as a duty. What will a man accomplish by mere lectures without commission from God? Once a Brahmo preacher that we went through, a high government official from Barasel, now Haldar Pukur, where Sri Ramakrishna was, his home was there. After that, said once, Sir, you begin the work of preaching, I too shall gird my loins, means to assist him. You preach, I too will be with you. I told him the story of people's dirtying the bank of Haldar Pukur. Haldar Pukur is just where Sri Ramakrishna's parental house formerly was there before he came to Dakshineshwar. He was staying there, Kamar Pukur. Haldar Pukur is the pond there. And in that pond around, people, a huge, quite huge pond, people will be coming there for drinking water, or taking the drinking water, washing vessels, washing clothes, taking bath. And people early in the morning to go to toilet, there used to many people, before they dawn, they rush there, pick water and sit around for toilet and go as if it's a public restroom. And that used to happen constantly. And people used to morning come and see everywhere it is made dirty. And they used to shout, curse and all that. How these people are. They walk a kilometer away and do. Here we have to come to take the water for drinking, and these people are making these all places nasty. So many months and years passed. Same morning getting up and cursing someone or scolding and going, but nobody changed. Everybody is to. And once what to do? Then finally it goes to the person who is authority to maintain law and order. He comes, puts a board there about it. After that, nobody is there to make that mistake. I told the story of people dirtying the bank of Haldarpukur, and it's being stopped only when a constable armed with authority from the government put up a notice prohibiting it. Oh, immediately people follow, you see. So, like that, transformation takes place in a person commissioned by God to preach. So I say, a worthless man may talk his head off preaching, and yet he will produce no effect. People nod their head, just it's as if they have come for passing time. Just look here, what does he speak, this, that, and all. Just and go away without getting transformed. Not that nobody comes, people come, but they don't undergo any transformation. But people will listen to him if he is armed with a badge of authority from God. One cannot teach others without the commission from God. A teacher of men must have great power. There is many a Hanumanpuri in Calcutta. There is many a Hanumanpuri in Calcutta. In footnote is given, a noted wrestler of that time. It is with them that you will have to wrestle, pointing to the people assembled there. There are mere sheep. These are mere sheep. Chaitanya Deva was an incarnation of God. How little is left of what he accomplished, not to speak of a lecturer who preaches without authority from God. What good will a lecturer do? There is many Hanumanpuri in Calcutta. That is wrestlers. Just wrestlers name Sri Ramakrishna is quoting. Such people are many who are there to lecture. It is with them that you will have to wrestling. Point to people assembled there. These are mere sheep, means brainless people. Chaitanya Deva was an incarnation of God. How little is left of what he accomplished. Not to speak of a lecturer who preaches without authority from God. A great people who has done also will go away. But what to speak of other people? Suppose now in our country you see, Gandhiji is supposed to be the father of nation, who has struggled a lot to give independence, get independence for India. But where do people remember now? How many people sacrifice their lives for getting independence? Independence Day is coming. We don't even remember. We remember Divine Mother as Bharata Mata, worship the nation, the power of nation, all that. But how many people sacrifice? We don't remember. And what to speak of others who just lived and passed away. Great people itself we forget. Time eats away everything. What to speak? What good will a lecturer do? Therefore I say to you, dive deep in God consciousness. Achieve. Do everything as a worship unto God. There is no harm in preaching or teaching as much as you know. Like a person is student and higher classes can take the classes for lower class children. Suppose I'm in 10th standard. I can teach children who are in first standard, second standard. That much preaching is possible. But I cannot give them a certificate that they have finished the course and they are eligible. Nobody values it. But to that extent, I am capable of giving and I give. If you offer this to the divine as a worship unto God, if you offer, you will elevate. If you think, I have preached, I have taken classes, then it will not do good to you or the other. Yes, you have given some information, but where is the transformation? Where is the validity? Who will honor it? Like that, the whole thing. So therefore I say to you, dive deep in God consciousness. Saying this, Master began to sing in ecstasy of love of God. Achieve something positively, that you are really able to solve the problems of people, really able to give something to the people, that their life gets transformed into a golden journey from where they get total freedom from nature. This is real help. Feed a man with food who is hungry. Within 3 hours he is again hungry. But teach him how to earn or how to cultivate land. It will be with him. You can just show him and go away. The rest of the life he looks after himself. Give education, it lasts long. Give food, it lasts for few hours. Dive deep, O mind, dive deep in the ocean of God's beauty. If you descend to the uttermost depths, there you find the gem of love. Dive within yourself. Dive deep and get that ecstatic love of God, which makes you see, it's exactly like a person is being carried away by water in the floods. And when he is being carried away, he sees another person who is being carried away by the flood. This person, none of the two can save each other because they are being carried away. Suppose, Ramakrishna is telling, somehow come out of the water, come to the banks where you are safe. You can save many more people. While you may be willing or desiring, you may be longing to make others saved from the flood. But if you are being carried away, you cannot save. Any amount of shouting or doing anything will not save anybody nor save you. Now struggle to somehow catch something which is not flowing. A tree branch, you can save many more. So that come to the shore from water, you can save many. The master continued, one does not die if one sinks in the ocean, in this ocean of Satchidananda, ocean of love of God. This is the ocean of immortality. Once I said to Narendra, God is the ocean of bliss. Tell me if you want to plunge into it. Just imagine there is some syrup in a cup and that you have become a fly. Now tell me where you will sit and sip the syrup. Naren answered, I will sip on the edge of the cup and stretch my neck to drink, because I am sure to die if I fall into the cup. Then I said to him, but my child, this is the ocean of Satchidananda. There is no fear of death in it. This is the ocean of immortality. Only ignorant people say that one should not have excess of devotion and divine love. How foolish. Can there be an excess of divine love? Naren was asked, suppose there is a glass of nectar, and you are a fly, where will you sit and sip the nectar? He says, I will sit on the edge and stretch my neck to suck the juice of immortality. No, he says, I will sit on the edge. Sri Ramakrishna says, why should you sit on the edge? I am afraid if I fall into the juice, nectar, I will die. Sri Ramakrishna says, no, it is an ocean of immortality, where mortality is not there, death is not there, death cannot enter there. It's ocean of immortality, will not die there. A person dying gets back his life. That now here we are afraid. Actually, the incident is such that why do we not realize God? You are telling, why can't we realize God? Sri Ramakrishna says, we are afraid to God, give ourselves to God. Totally give ourselves to God. We hold somewhere. We reserve something for ourselves. Totally giving, without keeping anything as mine or I. Can you give yourself totally? Then it will be, then the question comes, how can I give? Then he asked, Ramakrishna asked, you are a fly sitting on the edge. Now, because you are not able to give, you are afraid of death. But giving yourself to God, you are no more death. You are transcending birth and death cycle itself. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.